left. Both these players 10-2, very much in top 8 contention. So we'll be starting things off here in just a second. Sharfman will begin things, it looks like. A fan of Team Solo Mid, apparently, with his jacket. He'll play a sleight of hand. I know what you're thinking. You don't know what Team Solo Mid is, do you?
I know it's some sort of esports something or other. But
hey, nice. I'm a little impressed, actually. Yeah. Sleight of hand off a basic island.
Sharfman appears to be on 6 cards.
It's not very many. Scry 2. Not Scry 2. That's preordained. Look at 2. Select 1. Preordained, much too good for Modern.
Yep.
Gristlebrand to the grip. Over to Ashley Taylor we go. A swamp. A discard spell and Inquisition Codes like very Jundy. And when you see the hand here, Gristlebrand, Emrakul, Is It Charm, Simian Spirit Guide, and a Polluted Delta.
Feels like you take the Is It Charm out of this and leave Sharfman drawing to Through the Breach and mana, or some other mixture of backdoor cards.
Yeah, this hand looks like it stanks.
It stanks.
Sharfman's build of the SCGORL Vengeance deck, very different. You mentioned earlier when we watched David, no Worldspine Worm plus Nourishing Shoal plus, combo. Any of that, none of that stuff's actually going on here. It's almost like a value Goryo's Vengeance deck, which is a weird thing to say.
Well, the interesting thing about this is I imagine this is much more of an Emrakul deck than a Gristlebrand deck, because this deck is not set up to reanimate a Gristlebrand and then do a bunch of crazy stuff all in one turn.
There is the very powerful Scavenging Ooze against a deck that likes to use its graveyard. Faithless Looting the draw there for Sharfman.
And now things are dire enough here for Sharfman that he may let it rip. He can go Faithless Looting, and if he finds Goryo's Vengeance, just go.
Hope for the best.
I mean, his hand's a mess. He's going to be trying to beat a Scavenging Ooze. I feel like the upshot is, if this works out the right way for Sharfman, if he's able to find Goryo's Vengeance in the top 2 cards, if he doesn't win the game, he's at least a heavy favorite to win the game. And playing through Scavenging Ooze plus a handful of cards on Taylor's side, I think it's worth rolling the dice.
See Sharfman going by at least one copy of Leyline. Going to search up some basics here. Not surprising to see a Leyline of Sanctity in the deck against Jund, stopping those discard spells and a couple other things as well. Well, you said he might let it rip. Here we go. Sharfman will draw 2. Is It Charm is 1. Goryo's Vengeance is 2.
We did it.
All right. That is the definition of doing it.
Go ahead. You go get your Gristlebrand. Hit her down to 3. You got a Simian Spirit Guide ready to be cast next turn.
Well, you want to get Emrakul.
Yeah, sorry, you Emrakul. Well, I don't know if Gristlebrand, how far that gets him necessarily, because his deck is not really set up to combo out all in one turn.
Sure.
And he still has Is It Charm as a leftover as well, so he has an opportunity to put something back in his graveyard if he's feeling so inclined.
Emrakul and Gristlebrand will be the discards with the trigger on the stack. This will be a Goryo's Vengeance. Depends on which Knucklehead he wants to trigger and return.
Based on the look of Sharfman's deck, my instinct is get the Emrakul, especially with Simian Spirit Guide as a leftover.
Okay.
And I think that's the route he's going as well.
All right. Going to shuffle all these things back. Ashley Taylor is going to lose her battlefield along with 15 points of life. She's going to fall down to 3. And that'll be David Sharfman's turn.
Okay.
Can Taylor rebuild? Does she even have a land to play? It looks like the answer is yes. is a mountain. Just going to pass the turn back.
I mean, mountain say go sort of suggests that could be the last card in her hand, or last land in her hand.
Let's admire the draw. Look, this isn't hopeless by any means for Ashley.
Not at all.
It's going to be really tough, don't get me wrong, but it's not hopeless. I've had to do cartwheels in worse spots. Overgrown Tomb. Pass the turn back. Oh, lightning bolt.
Okay, well, that makes it easy.
That makes it very easy. Very anticlimactic. As David Sharfman going to win this match here over Ashley Taylor, 2-1. David Sharfman going to move on to 11-2. Ashley Taylor going to slide down to 10-3. But again, both players still in top 8 contention for Taylor. She'll have to win the final 2 for Sharfman. Just need to split them, and he will be into the elimination rounds.